Hello YouTube. Today I want to show you how a T8 fixture would be set up here. So let's get started. We're going to go and turn it on. So I've already done my video with T12 fixtures. You would have T8 fixtures that have the same wires, 2 yellows, 2 blues, 2 reds, and then one of these wires will go to each socket. So on one side you would have the 2 blue wires going to 2 of the sockets and 2 red wires going to 2 other sockets, 1 per each socket. And then the yellow one would connect 2 sockets together, the other would connect 2 together, and this will get connected to power. If any of you are wondering why I have these down right now, it's because I wanted to just make this video, then this is going to go right back up. So I've already covered T12. This is what I mean by T8. So let's go and take one of these bulbs down. So as you can see, pretty significant in size. This is 1.5 inch for the T12. This is a 1 inch fluorescent tube. So generally, it doesn't matter on the amount of bulbs you have. You would have shunted connectors. I'm using right now non-shunted connectors, but generally you would have shunted connectors. I don't think I have any to show you. And on newer fixtures, if you have them in like office buildings and stuff like that, you would generally see cheaper sockets than these. I don't have any to show you right now, so I can't really show you that. And we're going to get to an easier fixture. I will take the ballast cover down on that one, but we're going to show you one of the fixtures over here that I have that are T8. So this is T8. Now, you would normally have the one where you rotate them and then you take them down. And then depending on how it's set up, sometimes you might take out one of the bulbs and the fixture will do this. But the other one works perfectly fine. So we're going to take these bolts down, and that would also happen if you heard that. See? If you heard that, that's because the T8 tubes are so high powered that it'll actually start to arc inside of the connector. So do not do any fluorescent fixture with the power on. I'm going to do this with the power on real fast just to show you. If you saw how I took it down, pinch the ballast cover. They're held on by 2 clips. Some of them you have screws, take the screws down. See 2 more clips over here for this one. This is a 2-footer. So you're gonna have, with T8 fixtures that have been built within the last 10, 15 years, you're gonna have 2 blues and 1 red if you have a 2 bulb setup. As you can see, there's 1 blue goes to one socket, 1 blue goes to the other socket, then the red jumps all the way over here, and the red goes to this socket and jumps over here. And then black and white gets hooked up to power. Now, you won't see these type of connectors if you have this setup. You'll see shunted connectors. And these look kind of dirty. These are older. But you wouldn't see what I'm seeing right now. Some fixtures you will, some fixtures you won't. And to get the bulbs in with these particular sockets, you put them in and then rotate. And then to get it out, you will rotate, pull it back out. And then most T fixtures will have this quick connect. Newer ones will. You actually have to, whenever you replace a ballast on any fluorescent fixture now, you have to put a quick disconnect in if it doesn't have it, because it needs to be accessible for people to be able to take out the ballast easily or put it out of service. Basically, I think all commercial grade or residential type fixtures like this have to have a quick disconnect. Even LED, because someone has to be able to come work on this fixture and disconnect power in a hurry. So then the way this goes back, that goes in, that goes in, then you rotate. In this case, I gotta pull down because one of the things are broken. Is this snapped in? No, it's not. There we go. And then we put the other one in, and it goes back in the same way. Put up and rotate. Now we can go look on to multi-lamp fixtures. So, as we can tell, I've already explained that you might have a ballast that's set up like this. It might not be the size, but you will have a ballast that will be set up with these type of colors. But there's also some fixtures that if you have 3 or more lamps, you might have 2 ballasts. Let me go ahead and show you that. So, handle these right. Just gonna lean them up right here. That'll work fine. You can see that other one went out because I removed this one. It was just the bulb, the way I set it up. Some of them are set up like that. If you wire up a ballast yourself from a T12 to a T8, generally, depending on what bulb goes out, you might have 2 bulbs go out. It really all depends. And the only reason that's getting a little bit light is because it's receiving power on one side, but not the other. And that is due to the fact that this is a shunted connector, or non-shunted connector. When I put the bulb in, it makes the 2 contacts and allows power to go over here. Once I took out that bulb, it didn't allow power to go over here. That's why. And then you can see this side, it's just getting power. That's why it's lit up partially. It'll even do it over here with this inner bulb. You can't even see it. See, I'll do it for the inner bulb. One of the bulb about to fall. And then the ballast cover's the same way. I'll show you how to put the bulbs back in there, take them out afterwards. But the ballast cover just comes down. And then we're gonna leave the ballast cover up here. Okay, so it looks a little bit confusing, but you might be set up with dual ballast. So we're gonna start with one ballast. Each ballast has 2 blues and a red. One blue goes to one socket, one blue goes to the other socket. In this case, the outside bulbs. And then the red will jump across and do the same thing over here. Except the red will jump to one socket and it'll jump over here. This one here, the blue goes to one socket, the other blue goes to the other socket, 1 wire per socket, same thing, and then the red jumps across and goes to these two sockets. You won't see these wire nuts unless you replace the ballast, which I do not like doing, but because these came out 2-footers, I had to do it that way. These came out 2-footers, so that's why I do have wire nuts here, and the power wires were not able to reach where I have it, so that's why you see wire nuts here and then jumpers over here. And then black and white go to there. The reason why there's 2 blacks is because that's the only jumper wires I had. So we're gonna put this back into place. Actually, your ballast cover for your 3-footer fixtures might be over here, just like this. And then you're gonna have a bulb in the corner, just like that, a bulb in the middle, and a bulb over here. But in this particular fixture, some 4-footer fixtures would have it too. Same setup. Ballast will be in between 2 bulbs, and then it'll be off to the side. There we go. Now I got the center one in. Oh, and the one that didn't line up with this. And then it's better. And then put the 4TH back up. I'm going to be converting this to T12 after I'm done with this video. T8s, I really do not like them. They did a great attempt on trying to replace T12 fluorescents, but it wasn't a good attempt either. Because simply they are not safe at all. They're just not a safe bulb to work with. Actually, if you get any fixtures, like it's on that one there too, the one that's over there, it does say risk of fire, and I'm actually about to show you why. But let me first show you how to get the bulb in. So for fixtures like these, like what I'm showing you for office buildings, it will not look like this because I made this one, but you will have a metal fixture inside of an office. It's like for drop ceilings. In order to get the bulbs in, it doesn't matter what bulb you put in, what bulb you take out, because these are so thin, you could just take out whatever bulb you want generally. I'm not speaking for all fixtures, but generally you can get any bulb you want out. You're gonna look, and the bulb will not go in. Even I put it into the fixture, the bulb will not go in. So the way you have to get this in is you go to the corner of your fixture. May fit underneath, it may not. You may have to just find a place that can go to the furthest part of the corner. And then take this end and swing it on in. That gets the bulb in the fixture. You can see I can let go right now. Then put it into the socket. I'm gonna actually show you another style sockets. Here's another style. Push connectors. You can take the T8 bulb, and all you have to do, this is on all U-bend fixtures, it just snaps in. And then pull it out, you just pull it out. And you might have plates like this holding in the sockets. That's a metal fixture. So, and then that bulb again lit instantly because it's getting both legs of power. See the red right there? And then that one over there, it's getting both legs of power, so it lit immediately. It's not like the T12s where they need to work in pairs with the ballast, at least for magnetic. with T12 electronic, when you get newer ballast, they are not magnetic, they're electronic, then they can light one by one. So that means that it's just gonna light. So look, that's why they're dangerous. Look. See? That's arcing. And put the flash bulb, and now give the outside bulb some power. And this one's not even up in the fixture. Now put that back. Where's the second one? Okay, and then we go up. There you go. So I thank you for watching. That is my quick demonstration of T8 fluorescent light tubes. I have a whole box there and a whole pile over there of T8s. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and like on this video.